58th of the Wake, Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn, Prelude to Bravery. Oh, they took the quest off the board. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Tregrin. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday. Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even? Preferably one who is good with a bow? One that will tell me that they want the quest? I am good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. And maybe I want that quest. Just maybe? No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they are also human. But you've talked to humans before. And you got silver arrows for your birthday last year and they're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you about if anyone had taken it yet. And then I didn't think that far. I see. Or rather, I did. But then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest. And then I have to fight the werewolf. Or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if I try to shoot it with my silver arrow? And I miss, and I shoot a tree. And then the tree will be mad at me. But it won't really matter because I'll be dead. Because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should just put the quest back. And right now, so many people are relating to Fable. Fable. Yes? Do you want me to tell you to take that quest? Maybe. I can't make that decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I am unable to move until someone makes that decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime. A frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Maybe you can add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest. I think I would have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. I love the dialogue in this. The way that it's got that like really nice witty banter about it that I really enjoy. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think that would take up more time than we have. About taking the quest. It seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I want to go on the quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses, but it would take a good start. It would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. They're so cute. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Bones don't shake. Your body does. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. Might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have a history, right? Great feats they can look back on to define their bravery. Inspirational stories that remind them of the light and the dark. I have the opposite. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mary Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Amaranthine Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. Ooh, okay, so we can ask about the Mary Morgan incident, the first encounter, and why no one wants to spend time with them. I feel like if we ask why no one wants to spend time with them, that's just going to open a lot of doors of like self-conscious, like it's something like, it's going to open a whole can of worms, and worms need protecting, so we're going to leave them in the can. So I'm going to ask about the Mary Morgan incident because I don't know what a Mary Morgan is. Yes. The Mary Morgan incident. Didn't you hear of it? Oh, thank Gaia. Word didn't carry around. It was my very first adventure. The chance to finally get out of my daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night. And the fog bears great dangers to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits home to it. So they wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tregerin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure. I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So of course, it ought to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you nervous? New people! Seasoned adventurers! One stronger than the other. In shining armor and armed to their teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way of that. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending looks on my back as I walked through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually looked, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I blacked out, I think. I never got lost in the woods before, but this time I did. I couldn't see well with the blood rushing to my ears and feeling dizzy. So, for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever pass. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere. Home to the Mary Morgan. You know of the Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that is known to drown men. Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey, and I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still their laughingstock at every gathering. How am I ever supposed to set a foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. Could have led them right into the arms of the Chimera residing in the Quagman Grove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. Oh, we get to hear all of them? The Hydra. Well, just the day after it arrived to the guard portal to the Dream Plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. Of course you did. I burned them in a little in the oven. But I thought since it was fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthine Hydra. And I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around. And how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating I forgot all about what I wanted to say. So I just set down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice, all hydras love tea." I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthine Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest. Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left, and I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know that I am not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. Turns out, that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it one? Yes. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late. If it had been an antidote it had needed, it would have died. Would-haves are as useful as an antidote when you have not been poisoned. It changes nothing. I suppose you have a point. Why does no one want to spend time with you, Fable? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy they are, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine, there is one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone will pass it, except for me. I'll get caught on it and rip my coat. Okay, but hear me out, Fable. That sounds like a really, really great skill to have, actually, because you can figure out what's, like, out of place. And, like, what is potentially maybe a trap or something. Like, I feel like that's not always necessarily a bad thing. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had happened just once. It seems that my life only follows the path that is the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. Then, the daffodils are blooming. They make for a nice bouquet, you know. Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin, the weeping amaryllis. Now, guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby! All day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. Fable, welcome to depression. I'm sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable. It was! Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture from hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. There's nothing wrong with picking flowers. There is if it's the wrong flowers. Imagine if I had offered them to the adventurers, or even worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing. I don't think gifting others flowers to make them a little happier is embarrassing. And it would have made for a good story to laugh about together. I don't think they would have laughed about it with me. More at me. Maybe they would have been laughing with you if you wouldn't run away. You seem to assign them a cruel sense of humor they haven't actually shown to you yet. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. That would be nice. Innkeeper? Yes? Do you like spending time with me? Yes, Fable, I do. Really? Of course. Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please never stop coming around. I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone. Thank you. That's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here. Why does this make my heart hurt so much? Because it sounds so much like when I talk about the stream and being the potion shop and like how it's where you can always like be and exist, and I don't know. I feel it makes my heart hurt. In a good way. I didn't pick a weeping flower that makes me feel the dread of life. I already have that. I take meds for that. You better not go anywhere. Not planning on it. Anyhow, you're very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem. But how can I not be? When everything I touch falls apart. You know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I seem to get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I am like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You'll have to find out then. Like on a quest? For example. Don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Not the underleveled! Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help these people, right? What if I don't and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? What if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2. And who knows? You might even end up joining a party. Oh. And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I should not decide to give up before I even try. After all, I am a very quick runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. That's the spirit. Okay, I fable a great gardener and future hero, charmer of nymphs. I'm going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so that the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy. Perhaps it is just hungry lost Lycan after all, and all it needs is a pep talk and a hug. And maybe we can even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I will leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it in one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. Okay, so theoretically, if we choose, this is my assumption, this is what I'm guessing, is that we either kill the werewolf or we don't kill the werewolf. And I'm kind of hoping that it's that other wolf person's uncle, which I think would be very funny. And this is why I'm leaning towards diplomacy, because of the fact that Fable is a songwriter and very good with their words. I think they just they don't have the charisma to actually use their words correctly and well. So I'm going to go with that one. That's what I'm going to do. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware. Sorry, for backseat mixing. This game is so freaking cute. Stop it. Stop it. All right, we are going to make a spoken heart. Yes. I mean, arguably we could make our own, but I don't know if the demo has like your own choice, like let's say I wanted to do 2 charisma, but also give the dexterity as well. Like that's not a drink. Well, like, what if I want it to be a drink? Okay, it turns out you can't overpour. Okay. Andrew gets a little sipperoodle then. Fine. Ta-da! Maybe we have to unlock recipes later, or maybe they're not in the demo. This should do it. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. Farming. No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There are a lot of farmers in Terrigan. And I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could need that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed. God, what if we just killed Fable? Can we kill people in this? Chat will never forgive me.